Have you ever noticed that some homes immediately feel calm, comfortable, and inviting even though they don't contain a lot of furniture or decorative items? Often, the difference isn't the size of the home, it's simply having less. Owning fewer possessions doesn't mean living without comfort or personality. Instead, it means surrounding yourself with things that are useful, meaningful, and easy to manage. When a home contains fewer unnecessary items, every room naturally feels more open, organized, and easier to move through. Research has shown that reducing unnecessary visual clutter can help create an environment that feels less overwhelming and more mentally relaxing. A home with fewer possessions is also easier to clean, maintain, and organize, making everyday routines feel simpler and less stressful. Many people discover that removing excess belongings allows the beauty of the home's design, lighting, and open space to become much more noticeable. Living with less is not about making a home feel empty, but about giving every remaining object enough space to be appreciated. In this video, we'll explore why owning less can make your home feel calmer, more comfortable, and surprisingly, more enjoyable to live in every single day. One of the first things people notice after removing unnecessary belongings is how much larger their home begins to feel, even though the actual size of the room has not changed. With fewer objects taking up valuable floor space, it becomes much easier to walk through the room without constantly navigating around furniture or unnecessary items. Our eyes naturally perceive open floor areas as larger spaces, which is why a decluttered room often feels more spacious than a crowded one of the exact same size. This extra visual space allows natural light to spread more evenly throughout the room, making the entire environment feel brighter and more welcoming. Even small homes and apartments can feel significantly more comfortable when unnecessary furniture and rarely used belongings are removed. Instead of making a room feel empty, having fewer possessions gives every important piece of furniture enough room to stand out and serve its purpose. Many interior designers intentionally leave open space because it improves both the appearance of the room and the overall feeling of comfort while spending time there. Simply owning less allows your home to feel more open, more breathable, and much more enjoyable to live in without changing its actual size. When too many objects compete for your attention at the same time, your brain has to process far more visual information, making a room feel busier than it actually is. Removing unnecessary belongings gives your eyes fewer things to constantly scan, allowing the entire room to feel calmer and easier to look at. Instead of every surface demanding attention, your eyes naturally settle on the important parts of the room, creating a greater sense of balance. This is one reason minimalist spaces often feel so peaceful, because the brain spends less effort filtering through unnecessary visual distractions. A calmer visual environment can also make everyday activities like reading, working, or simply relaxing feel more comfortable and less mentally overwhelming. By reducing visual clutter, your home becomes easier for both your eyes and your mind to enjoy, creating a space that naturally feels more peaceful every single day. When there are fewer belongings around the home, everyday cleaning becomes much faster because there are simply fewer things to move, wipe, and clean. Instead of spending time lifting decorations or organizing scattered items first, you can clean surfaces almost immediately. Vacuuming and sweeping also become easier because open floors provide clear paths without constant obstacles getting in the way. Because cleaning requires less effort, many people are more likely to stay consistent with their routine instead of putting it off. Small cleaning sessions done regularly are often enough to keep the home looking fresh without needing long hours of deep cleaning every weekend. Over time, owning less makes cleaning feel less like a chore and more like a simple habit that helps the home stay bright, comfortable, and enjoyable every day. When a room is filled with too many decorations and belongings, even your favorite furniture and meaningful items can become difficult to notice. Removing unnecessary items allows the pieces you truly value to naturally stand out instead of getting lost among everything else. A carefully chosen piece of artwork, a favorite chair, or a meaningful keepsake often becomes much more noticeable when it has space around it. This creates a stronger sense of balance because your eyes are naturally drawn toward the room's best features instead of dozens of competing objects. Instead of making a home feel empty, owning less simply gives each meaningful object the attention and purpose it deserves. A home filled with fewer belongings often feels more relaxing because there are fewer distractions competing for your attention every time you enter the room. When the environment feels visually balanced, it becomes easier to unwind, focus on the present moment, and enjoy spending time at home. Open spaces, clear surfaces, and thoughtfully arranged furniture can make even an ordinary living room feel calmer and more inviting. This is one reason many people describe uncluttered homes as feeling lighter, quieter, and more comfortable without changing the home's actual size. A calmer atmosphere also encourages activities like reading, talking with family, or simply sitting quietly without feeling mentally overwhelmed by the environment. Over time, owning less helps transform the home into a place where it becomes easier to relax, recharge, and genuinely enjoy everyday life. When you own fewer belongings, organizing your home becomes much easier because every item is more likely to have a clear and permanent place. Instead of searching for available space every time something is put away, storage becomes simple because there are fewer unnecessary items competing for room. This also makes it much easier to find everyday items since they are consistently returned to the same location after each use. As organization becomes easier to maintain, the home naturally stays tidier without requiring constant effort or long cleanup sessions. Small daily habits become more effective because there are fewer objects to manage, making it easier to stay consistent over time. Over time, owning less makes organization feel like a natural part of everyday life, helping your home remain clean, orderly, and enjoyable with much less effort. When every item in your home has a clear purpose, the entire space begins to feel more thoughtful, balanced, and intentionally designed instead of randomly filled. Rather than buying more decorations to fill empty corners, each piece of furniture and decor is chosen because it adds comfort, function, or personal meaning. This creates a home where every object contributes to the overall atmosphere instead of simply taking up valuable space. Rooms with a clear purpose often feel easier to enjoy because nothing competes for attention or interrupts the natural flow of the space. Instead of feeling crowded with possessions, the home begins to reflect the lifestyle and priorities of the people who actually live there. Over time, owning less helps transform a house into a home that feels purposeful, welcoming, and enjoyable because every remaining item truly belongs there. Owning less doesn't mean sacrificing comfort or style. Instead, it creates more room for the things that truly add value to your home and your everyday life. With fewer unnecessary belongings, your home becomes easier to clean, simpler to organize, and naturally feels calmer every time you walk through the door. Small changes made over time can completely transform the atmosphere of a home, making it feel brighter, more spacious, and much more enjoyable to live in. Sometimes, the best way to improve your home isn't by adding something new, but by making space for what already matters most.